Aloha and welcome to our very first practice WOD of the semester. This one's called Project Euler Problem 1. And what we're going to do is write some very simple JavaScript using the JSFiddle cloud-based JavaScript environment. And we're going to try doing this whole work out of the day thing. Okay, so you should have Chrome installed before doing this. And then we're going to bring up JSFiddle. So let's go to JSFiddle, NSFiddle, JSFiddle, and you can see I've already made an account and logged in, so it comes up automatically with me logged in. But you want to create an account if you haven't already, and then you're going to say developer JavaScript console, and that brings up this console right here, which is useful and you can even slide it down a little bit. I wonder if we can make this guy a little, so we could bring this guy down if we want a little more space, something like that. So we're going to write our code in here, and then the answer when we do something to console log, it's going to come out down there. Okay, so that kind of sets up our environment. Of course, later in the course we're going to be using an IDE and so forth. But for this first week, let's just fool around with JSFiddle. So we're going to solve problem 1 from Project Euler. So let's open this link in a new tab so we can see that, because we want to be able to click back and forth between all the things. So the problem is to list all the natural numbers below 10. If we list all the natural numbers before 10 that are multiples of 3, 5, we get 3, 5, 6, and 9. The sum of these multiples is 23. And so we want to find all of those below 1,000. Okay, so that's what we want to write a function to do that. And when I say you don't have to register with the site that I'm talking about, this Project Euler site. So you notice I'm not signed in here, but we do want to be signed into JSFiddle. Okay, and you also want to have a timer, and you can either use your watch. I prefer to have this program called Time, T-H-Y-M-E, for the Mac, which is a little menu bar thing. I'm sure there's stuff like that for Windows and Unix as well. However you want to do it is fine. But the point is you do want to get in the habit of timing how long it takes you to do these practice WODs, because that's very important for our pedagogy. So basically we're going to start the timer, create a JavaScript function, informally test it, press the save button, and then stop the timer and record the time. Okay, so let's get started. So what I'll do is I'll get the timer going, and then I'm going to look at Project Euler. We want find the sum of all the multiples of 3 or 5 below 1,000. Okay, so let's get started. So we're going to say var Project Euler 1 equals function, and what I'm going to do immediately is I'm going to pass a parameter to my function, and I'm going to do the sum of all the numbers below that max value, which is going to make it much easier for me to test this thing and make sure it does the right thing. So I'll create a local variable called total, and I'll initialize it to 0, and then I'll say for var I equal 1, I less than max value, I double plus. Okay, so now we're going to loop through all the values from 1 to this max value, and we're going to say if I mod 3 equals 0, and I'll just put parentheses around that, and then I'll say or I mod 5 equals to 0. And then I'm going to put parentheses on the whole expression, because I think that makes things a little clearer. So if all those, if I mod 3 is 0, if it's a multiple of 3 or a multiple of 5, then we'll say total plus equals I. And that's about it, right? And then we want to say, so we've come out of our loop, total should be what it should be. And so we'll say console.log total. And there's our function, we think. So first thing we want to do is we already know the solution if we say the number is below 10. So let's call Project Euler 1 with 10 and see if we get the right answer. Okay, so we'll go to run. 23. Sweet. Okay, so we're just going to say, well, that's probably the right answer. It probably works correctly if it does the ones below 10. So let's just see what happens if we do the ones below 1,000. And we see 233,168. That's the number below 1,000. So we hope that that's right. We assume that it is. Let's go back and see. So we now got to press the save button. Let's press the save button. Okay, and now we've got an actual URL. And just for fun, let's do JSHint while we're here. And oh, we found something. Missing semicolon. Okay, let's press again. JSHint valid. Possible event emitter memory leak. Holy smokes. I don't know what that's about, but I don't think that's something that we've got to worry about. Particularly for this simple little problem here. So we've done that in 3 minutes and 21 seconds. So I'll call it 3 minutes 30 as the WOD time for that. And let's just see. Oh, it was some problem with JSHint. Huh. That's why this thing happened. Okay, so oh well, right? Okay, so that's 3 minutes and 30 seconds is the RX time for this, and I hope you enjoyed it.